Hi, my name is Nicole Gangi, and today I'm going to take you through the research I've conducted on building customer loyalty through relationship marketing, a review of the history and best practices. So, the history of relationship marketing really can be split into two segments of eras that we've seen prior to 1750 on to the 1900s and then into present day. So early on, we saw this product-centric marketing where everything really evolved around the product. The sales organization, the marketing organization really focused their strategy around the product and what was great about that to give it to the customer. And then we see this move towards consumer-driven eras, relationship emotion eras, and social marketing eras that really put the customer at the heart of designing the product, talking about the product, thinking about the customer in terms of how to connect the marketing organization, the product, and everyone involved in the process. So what does this look like? It puts, again, the customer at the center of the sort of wheel of everything going into the business, e-commerce, mobile, call centers, supply chains. Everything is based on decisions about the customer. And how can we do that? Well, we can use big data to inform our knowledge around the consumer. So organizations will look at the volume, velocity, and variety of information that can be found online to help inform them on the customer's needs and how to better connect with them to make a better product to increase their sales. Some things to keep in mind are government regulations. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act, that governments can't take credit information that they find through big data and share that with other organizations or other people. Equal opportunity laws, based on the information organizations find out about consumers online, they can't discriminate against them or withhold a message from someone because of that data that they have access to. And then the Consumer Privacy Bill of Rights states that consumers now have some ability to say what gets shared of their information online with organizations. And that one's kind of up and coming, but I think will have a big play in what organizations use going forward. In a Facebook case study, recently Cambridge Analytica obtained personal information from Facebook profiles. And Facebook estimates that about 87 million people were impacted by this data kind of conglomeration. So Cambridge Analytica had access to certain people's data, but they also gained access of people they were connected to. And it raises this question of what are people able to provide and what are organizations able to take and what is that balance? So some marketing trends we can use to help foster these relationships with customers and make sure that we're doing the right thing for them at the right time. Focus on four major areas: culture and consumer behavior, marketing and social media, media and education, and technology and design. Culture and consumer behavior rely on truthing. The consumers need to find truth through fake news and other mediums that they're reading online. Enlightened consumption, which says they value what the company is producing and they want to be a part of it. So Intermarché, a grocery store that's selling fruit that doesn't sort of look exactly like the perfect fruit to save money and save resources, has done very well in France. And then ungendered marketing. So what's the sort of difference between just marketing a product pink or blue as Lego did for boys versus girls, or something that Facebook's doing where people can log into their profile and pick from a number of gender identifiers or submit their own as a way to identify who people are. Marketing and social media looks at brand standing, back storytelling, and over-targeting. Brand stand, we have an organization that put a statue of a young girl in front of the bull outside Wall Street to promote putting women in the boardrooms of America. Back storytelling, we have Walgreens and other brands relying on their history to promote their ideals to customers. And over-targeting, we see this now where consumers could either get targeted too much by organizations or hyper-targeted so that the information no longer is relevant to them. Through media and education, we see manipulated outreach, light-speed learning, and virtual empathy. So manipulated outreach is what we saw with Trump and his presidential campaign, eliciting rage to connect to people and create relationships and foster information that way. Light-speed learning we see through Tasty, where they've gotten into the homes of their consumers and are part of their daily routine, sharing 20-minute clips on how to make food. And virtual empathy is being able to tap into what people are posting on blogs about their personal lives, and making sure that we're sensitive to the information that consumers are giving us. And finally, technology and design. So that's predictive protection, which was related to healthcare. If we can better predict your health needs in the future, we can serve you better. Human mode shows that there's always going to be a combination needed of focus groups, human knowledge, and data, as is what Beanie Babies did to secure new products for their line, to make sure that we're making the right decisions for the customer. And then data pollution, understanding that there's so much information being thrown at us through data every day that we need to be able to dissect it and use the right thing at the right time. But we can also use this information that's user-generated content within our own campaigns and as a way to build relationships with customers. So best practices for future campaigns, we want to look outside the company at the buyer journey. We use dashboards to help track the data that's out there and available to us, and use prescriptive analytics to find the best ways and trends to connect to those customers and build that focus so that our messages are around the customer and we build a relationship with them